Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 137 of my journey to becoming the person that I want to be and a psychologist. In the last video, I said I will be making a video sooner than I did before, and I said it will be in less than a week. Well, guess what? That has been a day 130. Now it is day 137, which means exactly a week passed. So I'm not a man of my word, as you can see. I have nothing else to say about that. I kinda I don't know if it's an excuse, but I had a lot of things on my mind and a lot of changes that have been happening at my house, and it has mostly been me doing more and more work around the house. And I'm close to getting a job. I just need to fix my CV. So I've been focusing on all of those things and helping my grandpa because he fell like 2 times in 1 month. So now he can't really walk that well and he can't go out or anything that he used to do before. He's mostly in the bed. And I'm going to him, helping him, doing whatever I can, which is, it's a bit of a hassle, but I'm doing well, I'm doing fine. I needed to also do things, solve some things with my sister and so on and so forth. Um anyways, yeah, I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to just talk about how mentality is something that is like insanely important to anyone, and it is like I don't feel like people understand it enough. And I also do want to talk about some other topics which, I don't know, they kind of annoy me and I don't understand them. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's first start with what I wanted to talk about, the first thing, which is the mentality. Your mentality matters a lot. Like, and I mean a lot. It is insane how much your mentality changes you as a person and how you perceive things. And I'm going to give you one horrendous, I mean, a perfect example, but it's horrendous. Israel versus Palestine. I mean, Israel doing a genocide on Palestine. I've watched this guy, he keeps popping up on my Instagram reels. Some Palestinian guy, I forgot his username, I forgot what his name is, and I'm not gonna guess it because I might get it wrong and I don't want to do that. He goes on websites like Omegle because, well, Omegle isn't working anymore. It has been shut down, not shut down, just turned off by the owner because he's like, I can't do this anymore because there's a lot of people that are just showing their private parts to kids, so that's not really good. But the internet has decided to do its thing, and they made other websites which are exactly like Omegle. And he goes on there and he finds Israeli people and he talks to them and he posts that on Instagram and on TikTok and wherever the fuck. And there's some videos which is girls just saying, "Oh, fuck you, Palestine, the kids should die," whatever. And they don't really explain why their mentality is like that. But there are some videos where he connects to a person who is a male, is older, and maybe is or went or wants to go to the military. And a lot of them, I don't know why I'm holding a ruler, and many of them say this: Palestinian people, Palestinian children, just those type of people are not humans. They are animals. And there is no problem for me to kill them. Because, well, if you think about it, people in the villages and like even now, like the things that you're eating, the meat that you're eating, it's from animals. No matter if they're small, if they're big, sometimes you're eating small chick fucking meat or from a small pig. And it tastes better since, well, it is a younger animal and whatnot. It sounds messed up, but for a lot of humans that mentality as well. It's an animal and it serves its purpose, which is giving us milk and all of those other things and meat. So you slaughter them. Even in Islam, which is a more strict religion, you can get halal meat by literally giving them water, the animals, cutting them a bit, water a bit, and then you're saying some prayer that is, I don't know how it goes, but it goes something like that. That's how you make halal meat. You make meat which is good, which you can eat. It is like, I don't know if it is holy, but it is, you're able to eat only halal meat. And well, in every human's mentality, killing animals, not every, but most of the people believe that killing animals is fine. Not dogs, not cats. Some people do think that, which is horrendous, but we move past that. Anyways, people see animals as things that they could slaughter and eat. The same goes with the mentality that Israelis put on their kids, on the next generations, which is Palestinians are not humans. They look like humans, but they're just animals. They're not there. Their skin color is different. They act differently. They're this, they're that, blah, 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 blah. So, in that sense, when they're only controlled by the media that is only in Israel, and you're taught that in school, you as a child are going to keep thinking that even when you're grown up. So that's why people that are in the Israeli military, when they were younger, they probably thought the same thing. They were like, oh, well, yeah, Palestinians are animals and they're not humans. So when they kill children, when they kill babies, when they kill mothers and other women, they're not like, oh, well, I did it and I'm not feeling okay. I'm gonna commit suicide. I don't feel well. I just killed a child. Oh my God. You know, if they would kill an Israeli child, they would be in utter shock. No normal human can kill another human without having a feeling of disgust and like just extreme negative emotions, which can scar you and will definitely scar you till the end of your life. Like, it scars you to kill a military person. That scars you by itself. You're killing children. You are killing children and you're laughing and smiling. There's a video of a guy who's with a sniper and I guess he put a camera at the scope or something, or I don't know how. But they talk and they're like, oh, look, there's these kids playing football. It was in Palestine. And they're like, oh, look, they're playing football. Look at that kid over there. He's standing. Oh, cool, we can headshot them. And they shot him. And they celebrated. That is because of the mentality. It is because of the mentality that they were taught that, well, Palestinians are animals. So that's a really good example, but terrible to hear. And my point is that your mentality has to be, of course, realistic, but you have to have a good mentality in order for you to continue doing things that you want to do or you want to achieve. Because if you don't have that good mentality, you will not achieve it. See, at the start of making these videos, I had a good mentality, then it became bad because I started second guessing myself, and there has been many, many, many times where I was like, okay, I don't want to continue this. But then I was like, but if I don't continue this, I'm not going to achieve anything. If I continue this, there is a possibility for me to achieve something. Whether it is, I don't know, more views, helping somebody who is in need of hearing these things, or helping myself by talking to basically myself, I am still doing something rather than nothing. Anything is better than nothing except doing terrible things like killing children. Fucking Israelis. But yeah, that is what I wanted to talk about I just wanted to talk about that because it has been circulating in my mind. And you know, I don't understand how people can just say that it is the right thing, that is what Israelis are doing. Whoever supports Israel, really, I don't see them as a person who is really thinking hard about things like that, which are, you know, difficult to hear and not understandable. Because if, let's say, a person who is watching me right now supports Israel, how I can't sit next to that person hearing them talk about one second. Oh, um, but hearing about the fact that, you know, you hear that thousands of women and children have been blown into pieces, paramedics that come in and save them in those buildings which are already about to fall, they bomb them again because they wait for the paramedics to come in. And it is not a theory. It is not something where I'm like, oh, I think that NASA never went to the moon. That's a theory because I can't really give evidence. I can only see a video and be like, is that on the moon or is that in some kind of studio where they just put a lot of water and whatever the fuck. It is a thing that you can see through so many videos and you can tell it's not AI. And it's not like one video where a kid gets shot and you're like, oh, well, it's in Palestine, but in reality, it's actually somewhere in fucking, I don't know, Egypt, Jordan, whatever, wherever, Yemen, Syria, who cares? There has been so many videos, so much evidence that what they're doing is unreal. The same thing goes with news reporters that go in there and they're like, oh, okay, we're news reporters, guys, don't shoot us. We're here to just, record. And then you see a recording of them, setting up the whole place and then getting obliterated by a tank. What the fuck? And like those people that support Israel, I do not understand them because when you see all of that and when you hear what has been going on and there's been interviews in Palestine, videos, pictures, fucking everything, so many of them that you can't even fucking count them, and it even shows you on Google Maps through the satellite image that Gaza is gone. It's gone. There's nothing. It's flat. And people are finding shelters and then they bomb the shelters. And then you're like, oh yeah, well, Hamas is hiding in there. What the fuck? What do you mean? So you're saying it is okay for you to kill 20,000 people, women and children, to kill 500 terrorists, let's say. Let's say 1,000. So the ratio is 1 to 20. You're killing so many people in order to get like much less terrorists. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And if you are supporting Israel, I cannot say that you're a normal person and you do not have a good state of mind. It just doesn't make any sense. You're probably just not even thinking and you're just listening to the media, which is you can listen to the media that talks about what is happening in Palestine, and you can listen to the other media which is also talking about Palestine, but how Hamas actually attacked Israel, and they keep attacking Israel, and Israel is the one who is the victim, and you're chanting free Israel, which makes no sense. But anyways, let's not get into politics anymore. I came to this question when I was, thinking about all of those things. I was asking myself, why are people not working on themselves? In general, not just talking about the mentality and how they should change it and whatnot. I'm talking about everybody in general, because I have realized this one thing, and I really do not like, talking about how I did some things that most people didn't do. So I'm just not gonna put myself in this conversation. I'm not gonna be, oh, for example, I did this, I did that. But people in general, which is like the general population of Earth, they do not want to work on themselves, which makes no sense to me. Because, look, I would understand if you're in school and you wanna pursue your art, you wanna pursue drawing, I don't know, making music, stuff like that, which has no need for you to know above basics math, algebra, all of that shit. I get that it is good to know and it is good to, practice with your brain, but you get to the point where you're at high school, and in high school, you're learning such crazy math which you will never hear from again. And when you get a child and your child asks you, Dad, how the fuck do I do this? You say, I don't know, because you don't remember it. But they're trying to teach you something which you are not going to learn. And some kids that are in school will not learn those things, which is totally okay. Like, for me at least, in my opinion, that's fine. You're not going to need that. You're going to need that to just pass the grade, so at least, get a passing grade. But you're not gonna work hard for it, and it's not going to give you anything that you really need in your life. But when we're talking about, self-improvement, accepting yourself, admitting to what you did wrong and what you're doing right, actually focusing on the things that are important and will actually help you in your life in general, with relationships, with problem solving, with emotional stability, with all of that, with mental stability as well. People are not focusing on themselves, and I do not understand why. But at the same time, I have my theories, which is like, I think that people before used to, care about themselves a lot, yet some people that are older, I mean, I'm not talking about old people like grandpas and grandmas, but like parents and shit who didn't grow up with, technology. They didn't have too many distractions like our generation does. And I started working on myself when something bad happened to me, which something that traumatized me, which was, my ex, and how I got treated and how I basically felt like I lost everything. And it wasn't just my ex, it was basically everything that I've been piling for my whole life, family related, friends related, and then girlfriend who I thought was going to be the love of my life wasn't. And I opened up to her, and she said she's gonna be there for me forever and ever and blah blah blah, and then she wasn't, and then she cheated on me and was toxic and whatever. It's a big story, and I talked about it so many times. But that is something that changed my perspective of my own mentality and my self-improvement. Because after her, I started doing very bad. I started doing drugs. I started being with bad friend groups. And I wasn't doing well, I was doing some illegal stuff, around my own place, in my own town. And I stopped after a couple of months because my best friend told me, like, he said, I don't know who you are anymore. After that, I was like, okay, I have to change everything. What the fuck is going on with me? I cannot continually feel shit and just continue running from from the reality, from the bad things that happened to me. I have to accept them. So I learned acceptance, and I learned how to forgive. It was difficult, it took me time, but I'm at this point now where I am really stable. I am really stable. I see what people are doing, and I can read them, and I can be like, okay, I want to be friends with him, I don't want to be friends with him. Things like that. And when something bad happens, where you get into an argument, you will know how to react in a very good way, and you will get the answer. Let's say you get into an argument with your friend and you don't know if you want to continue the friendship or not, and it depends on you and him. or her, whatever, on you and your friend. And you have to start your conversation in a very good manner, not like, yeah, man, listen, this happened with us, it's all good. No, you tell him, look, this and this happened between us. I see it this way. I got mad because you did this. That is why I don't want you to do this, blah, 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 blah. And if they respond with, well, I think that you're an idiot and you're a piece of shit and go fuck yourself, of course, then you will be like, okay, I'm gonna go now. And don't treat them the same way that they treated you, because you should not stoop down on somebody else's level. Insults are petty. They're just awful. That just means that you're doing something wrong and you're just insulting the person because you have nothing else to say about your own actions. So it's a big process. There is so many things to talk about, but when at least you have that little taste of self-improvement, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're better, you're smarter, and you're more mature, and you feel happy about yourself, And of course, being humble is a very important thing. But either way, it is something that is like extraordinary, and I don't feel like it is only for me. I feel like that would be like that for every other person. Because when you become a better person, you can really see it in yourself and you can start loving yourself. I've had that issue all up until I was 20 or 21. 2021, something like that. And then after that, it took me a while, but I love myself. I love myself so much. But I'm not gonna be egoistic. People are egoistic in general. They're just everybody has their own ego and narcissism, but there is to an extent. If somebody goes over the extent, then you have actual narcissism as a sickness. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. Sorry, I didn't talk for 7 days. I have so many things to talk about. But I'm gonna start editing the video now, since it's already like 22 minutes long. It's gonna be 23, 24 maybe. Yeah, I'm doing fine in general. I am learning a new thing for my self-improvement, which is being more, how do you say it, authoritative, or like being more persistent on what I want and what I accept and what I don't accept. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a good day. I hope that everybody is going to be working on themselves at one point. Maybe it is not your time yet. Do not rush it. Just take it easy, live life, and enjoy life. Thank you for watching yet again, and I will see you soon in less than a week. Goodbye.